death here, I reject your reality and substitute your mortality.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Suddenly you kissed my wife. Baby, my heart's on fire.
In this special review, we are reviewing the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Hulkbuster. This figure can only be made if you buy 7 of the Marvel's Legends figures. And here they are. Valkyrie is probably thinking, "Hey Blizzard, get your hand off my butt, it's cold." They should actually have named this the Hulk Wallet Buster figure. The retail price of any one of these figures is approximately $19.96. After taxes, they are approximately $20.25 apiece. Multiply that by 7, and you have to pay approximately $141.75 to obtain this Hulkbuster figure. Very dastardly of Hasbro, forcing you to buy 7 figures that you don't want in order to obtain one that you really do. Curse you, Hasbro! Curse you! Assembling the Hulkbuster figure is much easier than procuring it. As you can see, the arms will plug into the torso piece. In fact, they plug in so securely that you cannot easily remove them after you have plugged them in. So once they are there to stay without risk of damaging it. The helmet piece will plug into this knob on the chest. Take the torso piece and insert the crotch into this tab here. With the crotch inserted into the back chest piece, take the front chest piece and insert these 4 pegs into the corresponding holes here. Push until the chest assembly is firmly in place. After that, simply insert the legs into these holes on the thigh. Pardon me a moment, I'm going to have to muscle these leg components into place off camera with my mighty powers. And here is the Hulkbuster in his completed form, in all his glory. Once assembled, Hulkbuster is approximately 9.5 inches tall. Anywho, the figure itself is fairly robust. It weighs over a pound and is quite solid. The hollow chest pieces are nicely filled in by the crotch unit and the arms. For articulation, the Hulkbuster figure has many of the features that a 6.5-inch figure would normally have. The head will tilt forwards and back and rotate 360 degrees on a ball socket joint. The arms will rotate in their sockets approximately, well, not quite 45 degrees, but close to it. These shoulder platings inhibit the arm movement only slightly, but it will rotate in its socket 360 degrees, allowing you a fair degree of posability. There is a elbow joint, there is also a bicep swivel, and the fist will rotate in its socket 360 degrees as well, although this forearm plating gets in the way. The waist rotation is different. There is waist rotation, but you kind of have to saw the figure up and down in order to achieve the back and forth motion. The small plastic tab on the inside of the chest piece will not rotate independently unless you do the motions like this, so you can make him dance. Ooh, I'm the Hulkbuster. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It will not rotate at the waist, but you can get a decent amount of rotation out of the upper body joint to compensate for that. It will rotate at the thigh. It will also swivel out at the thigh. There is a knee bend, and the feet will also rotate forwards and backwards and left and right on a tilt pivot. You can get a fairly good amount of posability out of the Hulkbuster figure, and place him in some very dynamic poses as well. Even if you place him in a very unconventional pose, the feet tilts and rotations will allow him to remain fairly stable and well balanced. Comparing the new Hulkbuster figure to the legacy Hulkbuster figure, there are some differences, some improvements, and some steps backwards. The original Hulkbuster figure had movable toes in addition to all the other articulation, and it also had individually posable fingers as well. He couldn't clench a fist because his hands were open, but still, he can slap you in the face if you're not careful. Haha, take that. Ah, ooh. The legacy Hulkbuster figure had Tony Stark's head inside it, with some fairly good detail, although Mr. Stark seems to be quite angry in this shot. The legacy Hulkbuster figure resembles a mechanical version of the X-Men villain Juggernaut. As you can see, the new movie-accurate Hulkbuster figure is much taller than the other Hulkbuster. It is also heavier. For size comparison, here is Movie 1 Hulk next to the Hulkbuster Iron Man. Aha. Here is Marvel Legends Valkyrie with the Hulkbuster armor. How's that for equal treatment? And here is the Hulkbuster holding the key to a Raybor. The positive aspects of the Build-A-Figure Hulkbuster include movie-accurate appearance, rock-solid construction, and great posability. The negative aspects are that the hands are simply wads of plastic. But then again, Hulkbuster doesn't need to hold a weapon. He is a weapon. The other downer is the price tag. You may actually be better off buying the electronic interactive Hulkbuster figure, which is still available at Walmart. But if you are planning to keep the action figures, then the Hulkbuster pieces will simply be a delightful bonus. Despite the drawbacks, I give Hulkbuster Build-A-Figure 10 out of 10 deaths. If only Tony Stark wasn't such a wuss. What a wimp. Oh. Death punches.
If you refuse me, honey, you lose me. Then you'll be left alone, oh baby. Tell them all, and tell me I'm your own.